Hello and welcome, my name is Charlotte and you have reached me at my channel, Clue High Heeled Stitcher. I hope you are all well. This is a channel about cross stitch and I believe this is Flosstube number 34, but I may be incorrect with that. Let's just quickly have a look. I'm doing this video without any notes, so I do apologise if I'm a bit hectic. Yeah, number 34. So I hope you are all doing well. It's been about 3 weeks since my last video. I did hope to record last week, but I had a migraine, so that was a no-go. So what we will do is life update and then we'll get into the stitching, any haul and plans. So, life update. If you don't like this part, then just skip ahead a couple of minutes. So what has happened in the last 3 weeks? I got my first COVID jab a couple of days ago. I had the Pfizer. So thankfully the only side effect that I had was I had a sore arm. It did affect my stitching, unfortunately. I didn't stitch at all yesterday, which is Sunday. Yeah, it's worth it. What else has happened in the last 3 weeks? In the UK, the restrictions have like lessened a little bit. There's we can do a little bit more, and some of those things is that we can now meet inside up to 6 people or outside up to 6 people, which means a couple of us from the inner circle had a couple of stitchy meetups, so I am so happy that we've got to a stage where these can happen again, because I did miss having these meetups and they're just amazing. They make you feel so much better, and I really did enjoy just sitting back, having a chat, doing some stitching, sitting in the sun. I did get burnt. My shoulder was quite burnt, but it was worth it. So we've got another one coming up this weekend, so very excited about that. I actually had people round my house, which I was so happy. I really, really was. When we bought the house last year, I always imagined that I would have people round. Maybe not every day, not every week, but people would be round and it would be a very open house. If they needed to, if anybody needed to, they'd just, you know, come round when they wanted, if they needed it. That is what I wanted, and obviously with COVID we couldn't have that, so almost a year after we moved in we had people around, so very, very thankful for that. I think, yeah, that's about it. Oh, you may have noticed if you've watched any of my other recent videos, I had giraffes above me here. We went to the range on Saturday and I saw this canvas and I went, yeah, I need the canvas. And then they had matching cushions, so I asked her, I said, can we get the donkeys please? And he said yes. So the giraffes have been moved into the kitchen where my chicken sow was hung. The chicken sow has now been moved in here where the kaleidoscope B was. The kaleidoscope B has been moved from that wall over there to that wall over there. And the one where kaleidoscope B now was the Skyrim logo. That's been moved to the top of the stairs. So they've all had a bit of a juggle. The only one that is in place that won't be moved is Maleficent. All the others, it's not set in stone where they're to be hung. So we've had a bit of a juggle with them all. And yes, but we've got my donkeys, my matching cushions, and I also brought a giraffe cushion because I love giraffes. So, I am drinking one of these Twinings cold infusion teas, passion fruit, mango and orange. Very, very nice, very nice. Not too strong. I was drinking a lot of fizzy and sugary drinks, and although we were drinking like the Pepsi Max and the diets, I just thought that I should probably drink a bit more water, so we've cut out fizzy. I only have it occasionally, drinking more squash, and I brought these cold infusions to try, and very nice. So yes, so with that we are 6 minutes in and no stitching, so we shall move on. Oh, you can just see this in the background. This is, his name is Kane, and he's one of these mood octopuses that you can get. So he's happy, and now he's angry, and I have loads of fun with him. He sits at the bottom of my stairs on a little cabinet, so you can see him when you come in the house. So when Daryl gets in from work and he's happy, Daryl knows I'm in a happy mood, but if Kane is angry, then Daryl's like, oh dear, oh dear. So that's funny. I didn't name him, he came with that name. There is a wrestler called Kane that I quite like, and that is the reason that I got him, because he was named Kane but I didn't name him. Anyway, we shall move on to Pip's projects in progress. So the first one I want to show you is the KLT charting beach hut sale. So when I last showed you, parts 1 to 3 were out, and part 4 got released 2 weeks ago. So part 5 is going to be released in 2 weeks' time. I haven't yet started on part 5 because I wanted to show you what it looked like before. So there we are. That is part 3 and part 4. My little love huts. Beach ball. So that is my little PJ needle minder. A Jen's cat PJ. So, I love stitching this, and I need to start working on part 5 because that's out in just over 2 weeks' time. I have found a frame for this for when it's finished. Got that at the range. I did have to, because it's on a narrower frame, if you'd noticed. Yeah, and the reason for that is I've cut half the fabric off and gave it to Claire Seaside Stitcher, who wanted to start this project but didn't have the fabric big enough, and this fabric was double the length that it needed to be, so I could fit another whole row of beach huts on there. So I said, did you want the bottom half of mine? She said yes. So, but that did mean, because this originally was on an 11 by 17 frame, and after I cut it up I went to put it back on the frame, I didn't think this through. What do I do? Thankfully I had, my Halloween shoes were on an 8 by 8, so I sort of Frankensteined the 8 by 8 and the 17 by 11, so dismantled them, and this is now a 17 by 8 Q-snap. But it does mean that I don't have a grime guard that will fit, which is not too bad for the top and bottom, but this can be a bit, it's fine. So this is stitched on 18 count Crystal Nile by KLT Charting. That's my first project that I worked on. My second project that I worked on see, this is what happens when I don't have notes. I forgot to get the cover picture out, and you're on that little puff from the storage in my living room, which is where I store all the projects. Not all the projects, but the ones that I'm actively working on. They're like threads and that go in there. So I'm not taking you off. I just show you on the PDF. So next one that I worked on, if you can see, that is the Wildlife Stocking by Cooler Design Studio. I'll put a picture of what it looked like before, and then this is what it looks like now. I have gone completely on the top. That is how wide the top bit is. I've done the red and I'm halfway on the white, and I've got the start of another bird down there. So this is just 16 count white Ada I got from the charity shop. Now I got this as a hard copy chart from 123 Stitch because I couldn't find it anywhere else. I obviously didn't look hard enough because you could get it as a PDF, which is what I got for the snow globe stocking. And so I've just been working off a scanned hard copy into Pattern Keeper. So I can mark it off there, but you can't search for the symbols, and it doesn't tell you how many of each, and it doesn't recognise the symbols, but you can still highlight it. As long as you've matched up the grid, you can highlight it. I was scrolling through one of the Facebook groups, and it said, there was a post that said, "Oh, I'm so glad that the Cooler Design Studio PDFs now work on Pattern Keeper." And I just stopped and went, oh, really? Okay, right. So off I toddled to the Cooler Design Studio website, and on there it did say now compatible with Pattern Keeper, but if you have like quarter stitches or 3/4 stitches, it will only recognise one of the symbols in the chart, and you'll have to go to the hard copy of the chart to fill in the other stitch. So thankfully with this one it is all full crosses. There is no quarter stitches or 3/4 stitches. So I was, yep, brought it, downloaded it, uploaded it into Pattern Keeper. I had to put in the colours for the symbols, but I don't mind doing that. And it's now on Pattern Keeper. So I'm so happy. Very happy. It's now on Pattern Keeper, which means I'm going to be a little bit quicker with it. But it does also mean that I now have a hard copy of this chart that I no longer need. We'll come back to that. So, I've worked out that because this is a Christmas gift for a work colleague, to have it done by the end of November, so I have time to fully finish it into a stocking, I need to do, I think it's just under 7,000 stitches a month, which I'm hoping I can do. We shall wait and see if that is possible. But from the 1st of July, I need to do just under 7,000 stitches a month. So, yes. Shall wait and see. So that is that one. My next project that I worked on is my card project, which I did actually forget to show you last time, but it is this one, Halloween Shoes by Imaginating, designed by Pippin Studio. I will post a picture of where I was last time, but I had all this line done and all of that column done, and I was working on this block here. So, picture of what it looked like, and this is a picture of what it looks like now. Oh, not a picture, but this is what it looks like now. So I have now fully completed block 1, 2, 3, 8, block 8, and I've moved on to block 2 up here. This is the other part of my Frankenstein 8x8 and 11x17 Q-snap. This is now an 11x8, and again, I don't have a grime guard that fits around here, so I'm just gonna have to deal with the extra fabric. I could buy one, but I don't know how long I'm gonna be using this one for, so just stick that in. I know previously I've said that I'm not fancying doing the border because it's just plain black, and when we had one of our meetups it was suggested that we could potentially find like a variegated or a hand dyed thread that has like the purple, the orange and the green, or the purple, green and red, or something like that, one of those, a mixture of those colours as the border. And I think that would look quite nice instead of just the blocky black around the edge. So I won't need to worry about that until at least I'm on the last block. So there we go. I don't manage to stitch on this every day. It depends on what time Daryl finishes work and how long I'm sat waiting there for him. So, but I'd say probably about 3 out of the 5 days I can get a thread, at least start a thread. So that is that one. I have worked. Oh, this is on 18 count white Ada that I got from KLT Chatting. So the only my only other pip that I worked on was Dominic. I'm not going to show you that because I only have about 400 stitches done on him, and when it's full coverage 400 stitches isn't really a lot, so I need to get to 1,000 stitches by the end of the month, where today's the 28th. I need to do just over 500 stitches in the next 3 days to get it done, which I think is doable. So that one I will be able to show you in my next video. So that is all my projects that are still pips. I do have a finish. Whoop whoop. It is the Cooler Design Studio Snow Globe stocking. I'm so glad this is done because this was a pain in the butt. My own fault. There was a lot of 3/4 and 1/4 stitches in this, so I probably should have done it on even weave rather than the Ada, but it's now done. So, picture of what it looked like before, and here we are. Yeah, it's all done. It's all backstitched and I love it. Some French knots in there, which I'm quite proud of, although I do love doing French knots. So, I mean, just look at all this backstitch. There's so much. Look at that. Look at these little penguins. And the little bears. They're so cute. And my Santa Claus. So, yes. All done. It hasn't been washed. It hasn't been ironed. I only finished it Saturday, so 2 days ago. But it's all done. Now I've just got to build up the courage to actually make it into a stocking. I know that Lynn, the Lancashire Stitcher, has a finishing service, and I have been toying with maybe asking her. But then I thought, I've done cushions and that before, so I think I'll give it a go. Not straight away with the stocking. Not with this. I'm not gonna go straight in with that. But I might find some cheap fabric at the charity shop and maybe give it a go with just some fabric and some offcuts and see if I can make a stocking with plain fabric before I jump in with that. So no new starts and no FFOs. I was hoping to have an FFO. I ironed my kaleidoscope dragon finish, and then I went to frame it and I noticed a big old dirt mark in one of the corners. I thought I had washed it, but apparently I hadn't, so he's now washed. He needs an iron and he needs to be framed. I have the frame, I've cut out the mount board, it's just doing it. So no FFOs and no new starts, so we will move on to haul. So what have we got? So because I didn't have to, but because I Frankensteined the two Q-snaps together, I didn't have an 8x8. So I brought a new 8x8 Q-snap from Marnie's Mixed Bag. It arrived super quick and super reasonably priced. So if you want your Q-snaps and you're in the UK, Marnie's Mixed Bag, I will link below. Then I wasn't gonna buy any more like project bags or anything like that because I'm only working on a few and I'm doing no new starts, so I didn't need any more project bags. I then get the notification that Bags Plus on Etsy were having a sale, and there was two that I'd had in my basket for quite some time. One of them went out of stock, but the other one was still there, and they had the 25% off, and I was like, fine, you know what, I'm doing it. So I bought it, and it's a smaller one than normal. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 16 pouch floss buddy. But look at the mama and the babies. So cute. So yes, I saw that and I went, yeah, no, I want that. I want that. So I got that. I did get a smaller 9 floss buddy, but that is a present for someone, so I'm not going to show that because I know that they watch this channel. But yeah, no, I saw this and went, yeah, I need that. Mostly because a couple of days before, I told Daryl to kidnap a fox cub. I knew he wouldn't do it, so I knew it was just for a laugh. But we were out doing a driving lesson, and as we were leaving, there was this adorable little fox cub on the side of the road next to some trees, and it was just absolutely adorable, and I really want a puppy, and we're obviously not getting a puppy at the moment, but I really want a puppy, and I saw this adorable little fox cub, and the mum had gone off hunting or something, and I was like, Daryl, go kidnap the fox cub. Go kidnap the fox cub. He was like, no, come on, please, go kidnap the fox cub. No, come on, let's go home. So we did go home, and then I saw this, and it was a mama and her fox cubs, and I was like, oh, well, if I can't have a real one, then I'm going to have this. That was my reasoning. And Dara hasn't seen this, so he doesn't know. But if he ever does, that's my reasoning. You didn't let me get a real fox cub, so I got something with a fox cub on it. So, there's that. Then my next lot of monthly stash club arrived, and that is so from KOT Charting. I'm part of the stash club where you get 10 DMC threads a month. You get mystery items, so that can be anything. This month it was some awesome stalk scissors. I mean, look at them. They're like holographic. And I have some unicorn ones of these, and I was like, yeah, needed the stalk ones. So you can never have too many scissors. And saying that, I also got these red leopard print ones like that because I love animal print, so I had to. So, mystery item, a PDF chart, and threads, and a discount code is what you get in the stash club. I'm also part of her hand-dyed thread of the month, which is the same as the fabric. So this is February's, and it's called Lush. I'm pretty sure it's called Lush. No, Lust, sorry. It's called Lust. I mean, look at them. I'm going to get them out, and I can never get them back in the way they are supposed to. I'm not a pink person. I'm really, really not a pink person. But I will be able to find something for that because they are really pretty. My sister and my mum they love pink, so I'll probably end up stitching something for them. See, I can never get them back in. So, and then we've got the fabric. I'm part of a Fabric of the Month club, and I get both 18 count Ada and 32 count even weave in 18 by 26. So this is 18 count Ada. 32 count even weave. There we go. I mean, that's got a lot. You can see the variegation and the pattern in that wall. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find something to go on that. Which then leads me on to what I've now started doing, because now that we've got the craft room, I've been sorting it out slowly, and I've got the rainbow drawers. So I thought that I should start, although I'm not doing any new starts this year, I could start kitting up for when I do want a new start next year. I know that I can just go into like a box and go, they're all my kitted projects, and just pick from there, rather than going, right, I want to start this, and then realising you haven't got half the stuff and you can't make a start. So I am now, once a week, doing the random spinner wrap, Tiny Decisions, that's what it's called, and kitting up one project a week, or at least going through, seeing what I need, and making a list for when it's payday and I've got a bit of spare money and I can kit up the project. So this started last week. The first one that got called to get kitted up was, now when I say kitted up, it's like all the PDF charts, all the normal charts, and all the kits that I want to do. I put them all on a list, and there's over 100 in total of all of these. And so if I do it once a week, it's going to take 2 years to fully kit up, which Dominic's going to take longer than 2 years, I know that. So some of them are full kits, and that means that I won't need to change anything. But then other kits I know, like the Bothy threads, the Rendales, I don't like stitching on 14 count Aida, so I'm going to swap out that fabric for something else. So the first project that got called was 3 of a Kind by Bothy. As I said, this is 14 count Aida, which I don't like stitching on. So I'll use the fabric. No, I won't use the fabric. I'll use the threads and the needle. No, I won't use the needle because that's for 14 count. I will use the threads that come in this. So I have swapped the fabric out for Gem's Dreams, which is a KLT charting hand-dyed fabric. Now this is the perfect size for what I want to do, because I've decided that I want 2 inches for the border and 3 inches for framing, so I need a 5-inch border all the way round. And this fabric it's actually got 5.5 all the way around, so there we go. And I think it would look quite nice on that, because Mum likes pinks and purples. So I did originally think I was going to do this on like a pale yellow, because Mum does like yellow, but then I was worried that that might get lost and part of the fur that comes onto the fabric would get lost, so I've decided to swap it out for Gem's Dreams. So that is now going to go in my kitted box. So then I did the random spinner again this morning, and the project that it picked for me was Heaven and Earth Designs the Possibility Evolutions rainbow. So I will need to go through my stash and see exactly what I need. I know that I haven't got fabric for this. And again, I want a 5-inch border all the way around, 2-inch for framing, 3 for finishing. So I need 28 by 38 inches for this project. And again, I'm not starting this anytime soon, but I want it kitted so that if I do have a sudden urge to go, right, I want to start that, at least I know that I've got most of it, if not all of it, to start. So that is that. I think that is everything for today, under 40 minutes, which is always good. It's a quick one for me. I say that I want to be back in 2 weeks. There's no guarantee that I will be back. So just quickly, I wanted to do a couple of shout outs. The first one is to Dawn, Frosty X Stitch. I mentioned her in my last video because she answered one of my questions. She has done a new Flosstube. It's been 1.5 years since she's recorded a proper Flosstube, so I was very, very excited to get to see that notification pop up. So again, I will link her in the description box. Go check her out. She is lovely, and where she's got 1.5 years break, she's got a lot to show. So grab a cup of tea or grab a cup of coffee. You'll need it because it's a long one, which is amazing because I love long videos. And then the other one that I wanted to shout out is Tracy from Tracy's Craft House. She does weekly videos. She's had a bit of a mare with her daughter breaking her leg, breaking her ankle. So I really, really hope, Tracy, if you're watching this, that Ellie has a super speedy recovery. Go check her out. She there's a couple of Heaven and Earth on the go, and they're just amazing. So check her out. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will hopefully see you in about 2 to 3 weeks. Bye.